Hey, Battle Bill, here with another video, getting some more Go Battle League battles for Season 8, taking place in the Master League, but we got a couple things going a little bit differently for these Master League battles. We've got the craziest spice from a submission from a fellow PvPer of the community, Super Saiyan God, but with a little M in the name instead of N, but you know, you gotta make sure you get that name, so you gotta change the spelling sometimes. And not only are these Master League battles, these are unlimited ELO battles. So these Master battles, they are level 50 or as close to level 50 Pokemon as possible. So the question becomes, how well will the Spice of Chesnaught do in Master League battles? That's crazy. Vine Whip, Energy Ball, Superpower, that's the moveset on Chesnaught. I'm expecting a lot of superpowers and dips. And let's jump into these battles ASAP. Shout out to Super Saiyan God. I appreciate the submission, and I cannot wait to check out this Spice content. So getting to the first battle, we got Chesnaught on a Garchomp. Garchomp, I'm sure you're going to see plenty of if you play in the level 50 Master League because of the fact that I had a community day, so getting the XLs for Garchomp was pretty easy. Excuse me. Now, you never know. If Chesnaught has some play here, it should have some play in regular Masters, but he calls an Outrage, big call there. Gonna Vine Whip all the way up to another Energy Ball. I have zero idea how this matchup goes, so we're learning this one together. The Energy Ball gets both shields and the defense debuff, so he swaps into Excadrill. Now, I kind of understand why he swapped, because this Garchomp is running Dragon Tail and not Mudshot, so he's not worried about the super effective fast move damage, but they'd have to worry about the super effective earth power that came through. Now, because of that defense debuff, the drill run that came through didn't kill, but it got the Garchomp low enough to farm. A Mewtwo comes in level 50 league and throws a drill run, does half of its health. Excadrill still outpaces it to another charge move, gets to another drill run. This should take out the remaining health, and Mewtwo, doesn't matter how high its CP is, still super glassy, pulls an amazing swap to catch a charge move on the Chesnaught, even though the Excadrill has a charge move. So they superpower debuff themselves. Excadrill comes back in with the drill run, throws a super effective move, and forces the opponent to quit. And that's a GG in match number 1. So it's essentially Chesnaught double steal because of the fact that, you know, dragons are everywhere in Master League. So let's get into this next battle. We have Chesnaught on a Mewtwo lead. Save swaps into Melmetal. They save swap into Garchomp. Not a great situation for the Melmetal, but the positive thing is all the Garchomps and even the Groudons these days are running Dragon Tail as a fast move and not Mudshot, which is beneficial for these steel types based on the fact that Mudshot's super effective and Mudshot generates energy a lot faster than Dragon Tail does. So Melmetal, not doing too terrible. Not going to shield here. Could be, oh, it's an Outrage. That does a lot of damage. And then the Dragon Tail takes it out. The Chesnaught comes back in, over farms. Potential charge move going to come through. Chesnaught decides to shield. Ends up being another Outrage. Calls it. Going to commit to the neutral. Vine Whip down. And then the Mewtwo comes in with a charge move. Mewtwo and CMP. Doesn't matter what the league is or what the level is based on level 40 or level 50 Masters. But Chesnaught throws an Energy Ball, swaps, goes back into Excadrill, and they come in with a Shadow Mammo. They have a level 50 Shadow Mammo. That's crazy. But the Excadrill is going to hit it pretty hard with that Drill Run, even though it's neutral damage. Mammo's taking neutral from the Drill Run, and Drill Run hits hard. They come through with an Avalanche. Avalanche hits hard. They come in with the Chesnaught, committing to the Vine Whip down before potentially getting Powder Snow down. They have all that energy, and they still get Psy-Striked to lose the match. What a play, though. Solid play, trying to commit to the farm down to win the match. Unfortunately, Mewtwo CMP attacks that is way too high. Get into the next match. Opponent claims a lost lead with Mamoswine on Chesnaught. Save swap into Mewtwo. He matches with Melmetal. Charge move coming through. Too quick to be a Focus Blast. Only going to be a Psy Strike. Melmetal can tank that easy, whether it's level 50 Masters, level 40 Masters. They throw a Rock Slide. Mewtwo decides not to shield. Does a decent chunk. Another charge move coming through. Shadow Ball hits hard. Rock Slide gonna come through. This should still take out. Melmetal can tank those Shadow Balls. And then, let's see the race. Mewtwo getting to another charge move here. Should be another side strike to take out the Melmel's remaining health. And he allows it to go down. So ends up losing switch there, but has shield advantage, so that's a positive. Comes into Chesnaught, throws an energy ball, takes out the Mewtwo. Let's see what they decide to bring in. Since they had Mamoswine before, is their team weak to Chesnaught? Of all things to be weak to, the Chesnaught goes for the super effective super power, decides to swap into the Excadrill to clear the debuff. Charge move coming through. Ooh, the notifications sliding through real quick. Shields the Avalanche, would have been neutral damage, still would have hit hard. Goes for the Drill Run here because Rock Slide would have also been neutral. Drill Run gets the stab, gets the Mamoswine really low. Another charge move coming through. They decide to double shield the Excadrill. I would have thought, if anything, let Excadrill go down and then farm with Chesnaught, but they decide not to. And their last Pokemon is an Yveltal. And that was quite the play, keeping Excadrill still alive. They throw a Rock Slide, does half of Yveltal's remaining health. Going for another Rock Slide because they were able to farm against a Mamoswine. And the Excadrill takes it out. They swap into Chesnaught and they Vine Whip down because technically it's super effective. Ice doesn't resist grass. Ground takes super effective. Chesnaught out here killing it, clutching. Get into this next matchup. You might wonder, first of all, how do you get a level 50 Dialga? But let's not talk about that right now. Chesnaught on Dialga matchup. They go for the superpower and they decide to dip. They save swap into Excadrill. The opponent comes in with Garchomp. The Garchomp has Mud Shot as a fast move. The Excadrill is throwing the Drill Run just in time. The question is, does Garchomp have Earth Power or Sand Tomb? This trainer's not taking a chance. Ends up being Earth Power, shields it, great shields. This Drill Run that they're going to throw because they're over farming like crazy. They're playing their energy really well. This Drill Run should take out the remaining health, gets the Garchomp's remaining shields. CMP ties on the next charge move. Should be another Earth Power. Ends up being another Earth Power. Drill Run comes through an Excadrill. Counters Garchomp, even though Excadrill is a steel type. Excadrill putting in work in an equal shield situation, but this Mewtwo really needs a charge move. They throw it to take out the Excadrill. He pulls another great swap. This trainer that submitted battles, I cannot appreciate it more. They're making some insane plays. The Dialga comes in to counter. The Melmetal throws the Draco. The Draco, not enough. Melmetal going for double superpower. This should be plenty to take out the Dialga's remaining health. Excadrill has a charge move on it. Chesnaught has a bunch of health. And this is like a GG for this match. So now the Mewtwo looks like it's trying to commit to a farm down. Melmetal going for the Rock Slide. This will do a little bit of chip damage. It is super debuff. They swap it to the Excadrill. Throw the Drill Run. And that gets the Mewtwo really low. Doesn't take it out. Another charge move coming through. But Chesnaught should be fine in handling this remaining work, even with its Vine Whips. What world do we live in where Chesnaught is Vine Whipping down a Mewtwo? Wow, what looks like a positive lead. I have no idea if this is positive. I would assume it is. Chesnaught on Kyogre. They save swap into Landorus. This trainer decides to go for the neutral energy ball and then will most likely dip. I don't know if they want to stay in this, but their entire team comp isn't looking too great against Fury and Landorus. So they're actually staying in. Charge move coming through. Going to be a resisted Stone Edge. Then again, Earth Power would have also been resisted from Chesnaught's grass typing. They still should have thrown the Earth Power unless they're running Focus Blast or Superpower, which is very possible. And then Chesnaught come into a Vine Whip down after landing energy ball. What an insane play. This team was not prepared for Chesnaught. Chesnaught is going off. What are we witnessing right now? Double superpowers, getting double shields from a Dialga. Then they swap into their Excadrill. The Kyogre comes back in. Probably should have swapped to the Melmetal just because Kyogre would have came in anyway. Maybe the Dialga would have stayed in for that. But the Excadrill, not Dialga. The Excadrill gets to 2 Drill Runs here. And can we say Excadrill is a Kyogre counter confirmed? What? Excadrill and Chesnaught are absolutely going off in this unlimited CP. I think I said unlimited ELO earlier. I meant unlimited CP battles, but level 50 CPs really. Anyhow, getting to the next match, got Chesnaught on Mamoswine. I guess Mamoswines don't care about their ice typing against Chesnaught because they've been dipping real quick. The opponent save swaps into Metagross, and Excadrill has a very nice matchup here. Does technically have to worry about the Earthquake from the Metagross, but that Drill Run hits so hard. If an Earthquake's coming through from the Metagross, they can shield like they're just doing, and then commit to a Mud Shot down. Garchomp comes in, Excadrill with a bunch of energy, even though with the shield disadvantage. Gonna go for another Drill Run here. This will do nice chip damage. Does about 40 to 45% of the Garchomp's health. Gets to another Drill Run here. Gets the shields of the Garchomp, and this Garchomp is running Mud Shot. So let's see what they decide to throw as a charge move. Gonna be an Earth Power, takes out the Excadrill's remaining health. The Chesnaught comes in because it wants to keep the Melmetal away. Decides to go for the neutral Energy Ball here. This would take out the Garchomp's remaining health, and they decided not to shield it. Did not take it out. Instead, the Chesnaught got another Vine Whip in, and then the Mamoswine comes in. Tries to go for the Energy Ball. Mamoswine gets there on a CMP tie. Has to shield the Avalanche because it would one-shot the Chesnaught's remaining health. But this Energy Ball should threaten the shield because it would be super effective damage. Gets the shield. Could have swapped into Melmetal and probably just superpowered and dipped. But instead stays in with... Or not superpowered and dipped. Superpowered and won. But stays in with the Chesnaught and superpowers and wins the match. And these are veteran ELO battles. Chesnaught's going off. Loses lead here, save swaps into Excadrill. They match with their own Excadrill though, and this Excadrill, so many Excadrills, saying Excadrill quite a bit. This Excadrill has the energy advantage and a huge CP advantage. So going for another Drill Run here, gets another shield. Now has a 2 shield and no shield advantage. They shield in this situation because they can win CMP. They might not outpace to the next charge move, they're not going to. Excadrill gets another Drill Run off, gonna shield, but can flip switch, which is going to be huge for this match because now instead of Dragonite being on the Chesnaught, it's going to be on the Melmetal, which will allow this trainer to win here. Let's see what they decide to do in this no shield situation. Now their Excadrill's down. They come in with Mamoswine, Excadrill. I guess everybody's running level 50 Mamoswine, which makes sense because Mamoswine has had multiple spotlight hours and has spawned quite a bit, so level 50 Mamoswines are clearly all over the place. The opponent pulls a great swap there to catch a Drill Run, but still this trainer has Melmetal for the Dragonite, and Melmetal can deal super effective damage against a Dragonite. Level 50 Melmetal is very easy to get if you have a switch and have access to a Meltan box, because every Meltan that you catch will get you 3XL candies. So honestly, getting enough for a level 50 Melmetal might take 1 box, 2 tops. Getting Excadrill level 50 is a little bit more difficult, but Drillburs do be spawning like crazy these days. It's like a very common spawn. On top of when it's weather boosted, it spawns a lot. And then Chespins I see a lot all over the place, so I'm not too surprised this trainer has access to all 3 of these Pokemon at level 50. And also, I'm always recording these shoutcasts live, and somebody reminded me in chat that you don't just need a Switch. If you have access to Pokemon Home, which is an app on your phone, very easy to access, you can also get these Meltans for free with the Pokemon Home app, and then you can get the mystery box that Meltan requires in order to make it spawn. So that's another way. So getting level 50 Melmetal, there should be no excuse. So I'm actually surprised I'm not seeing it as much. He threw an Energy Ball and dipped against a Dragonite lead, safe swapped into his own Melmetal, and this Dragonite with Dragon Tail stayed in? I'm very confused. They must not have a single answer for Melmetal to stay in this matchup, considering the fact that Dragonite does so well against Chesnaught. So he's got multiple Rock Slides, throws one, takes out the Dragonite. I'm very confused on what's going on here. Oh, it was a Machamp lead. Sorry, I got sidetracked by talking about Pokemon Home. So it must have, what was it, Chesnaught on Machamp? They swapped into Dragonite, so the Melmetal went in against that. Is that what happened there? Either way, Melmetal throws a superpower. He swaps as he gets to the next superpower to catch a charge move. Should be a cross shot. Rock Slide would be resisted. Cross shot does a little bit of damage, and having a level 50 Machamp isn't too surprising because Machop had its own community day. Chesnaught gets to a charge move, going to be a superpower of its own. Gets the Machamp shields, but this is a bit of a concern because this team comp here is double steel, so Machamp can definitely put in work. Will this trainer be able to overcome this double steel weakness? Comes to a Melmetal, throws a superpower, but this opponent knows it's coming and swaps in their own Melmetal. That's a crazy play by the opponent he's going up against. Tried to swap into his Excadrill, the switch timer was not up, so that is a very huge and unfortunate problem for this trainer that is battling here, because now the Melmetal has a bunch of energy, able to farm down his Melmetal. Excadrill comes in, they throw the Drill Run to take out the Melmetal, but that Machamp is going to come in. Even if he shields here, Machamp is going to counter down the Excadrill, and this is going to be GG. But they get to a cross chop, so this is an unfortunate match. This happens when you're running stuff like Double Steel. Might run into a fighter, I guess, in level 50, because in regular Open Masters at level 40, you're not seeing too many Machamps or any fighters, just because people have access to the legendaries that do well against those fighters in the level 40 league. Whereas in level 50 Master League, it's a little bit different getting all of those XLs. So honestly, I was pretty hyped to shoutcast this set at level 50 Master League. Let me know what your thoughts are. And then Chesnaught went off, which was pretty crazy. Might need to test this in regular Master League. Let me know your thoughts on the battles. As always, thank you so much for watching. Super Saiyan God, thank you so much for the submission. I love this spice. Chesnaught in Masters is crazy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cannot wait to send you more of this content. And I will see you all in the next video.